Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Neeti Goyal from IGN College District, Kurukshetra. Today we are going to talk on module meaning, importance and theories of motivation from paper Principles of Management. Learning outcome. After completing this module, the students will be able to understand the concept and meaning of motivation, to understand the nature of motivation, describe the importance of motivation, and to define the theories of motivation. Motivation is the process of stimulating people to action to accomplish desired goals. Motivation is a managerial function which has been defined by different scholars. Definitions of motivation. According to Edwin B. Flippo, motivation is the process of attempting to influence others to do your will through the possibility of gain or reward. According to Dalton E. McFarlane, motivation refers to the way in which urges, drives, desires, aspirations, strivings, or needs direct, control, or explain the behavior of human beings. According to William G. Scout, motivation means a process of stimulating people to action to accomplish desired goals. According to Fred Luthans, motivation is the process which begins with a physiological or psychological need or deficiency which triggers behavior or a drive that is aimed at a goal or incentive. Nature of motivation. Motivation is an internal feeling which influences the human behavior. Motivation is affected by the way the individual is motivated. Motivation results in achieving goals positively in the organization. It is related to satisfaction. Motivation can be positive as well as negative. Motivation is a complex process as the individuals are heterogeneous and their expectations, perceptions, and reactions can also be different. Motivation is stronger when it springs from a person's needs which are consistent with his values. Importance of motivation. Motivation helps the manager to ignite the will to work amongst the workmen. Good motivation helps in improving the abilities and capabilities of the employees. It helps in finding out the hidden talents and caliber of the employees. Motivated employees means satisfied employees, that is, satisfied in terms of job as well as their personal motives. Motivation reduces the chances of industrial unrest, strikes, and similar labor problems. Motivation helps to change the negative or indifferent attitude of employees to positive attitudes so as to achieve organizational goals. Motivation helps to reduce the employee turnover and thereby save the cost of new recruitment and training. Motivation helps in reducing the absenteeism in the organization. Theories of motivation. Maslow's need hierarchy theory. This is the most well-known theory of motivation of Abraham Maslow, a clinical psychologist. A basic assumption of this model is that as we satisfy one type of need, other needs then occupy our attention. Once we satisfy our need for food, air, and shelter, then we can move on to the safety needs, love needs, and so on. Although Maslow argued that most people tend to experience these needs in the order that he described, for some people the so-called higher level needs may dominate lower level needs. Some people will be so enthralled by a book or a movie that they will forget hungry. Maslow described the hierarchy of needs as follows. The figure shown gives the Maslow's need hierarchy theory of motivation. The 5 types of needs as described by Maslow are psychological needs, safety needs, belongingness and love needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. The two needs and psychological needs are the basic needs. Then comes the belongingness and love needs and the esteem needs. He has classified them as the psychological needs. And self-actualization needs are the self-fulfillment needs. Physiological needs. These refers to the physical or biological needs meant for survival and maintenance of life. These include food, clothing, shelter, air, sleep, and other basic needs. Safety needs. Once the physiological needs are satisfied, a person aspires for safety needs. These include security for life, job protection from environment, animals, etc. As a manager, you can account for the safety needs of your employees by providing the safe and secure working conditions, proper compensation such as salary, and job security, which is especially important in a bad economy. Social needs. After the first two needs are satisfied, social needs become important in the need hierarchy. Since man is a social being, he has a need to belong and to be accepted by various groups. It includes need for acceptance, need for belonging, need for love, affection, friendship, etc. As a manager, you can account for the social needs of your employees by making sure each of your employees know one another, encouraging cooperative teamwork, being an accessible and kind supervisor, and promoting a good work-life balance. Esteem and status needs. These needs are concerned with self-respect, self-confidence, a feeling of personal worth, feeling of being unique, and recognition. As a manager, you can account for the esteem needs of your employees by offering praise and recognition when the employees does well and offering promotions and additional responsibility to reflect your belief that they are a valued employee. Self-actualization needs. Self-actualization is the need to maximize one's potential, whatever it may be. These needs arise only after the four categories of needs are fulfilled. These needs are more like mission, lifetime aspiration, for example, leprosy eradication mission, mission of Mahatma Gandhi to liberate India from British rule. Maslow's needs theory has received wide recognition, particularly among practicing managers. This can be attributed to the theory's intuitive logic and ease of understanding. Following are some of the problems which are not solved by this theory. This theory is common with many other theories also, that is, there is a lack of direct cause and effect relationship between need and behavior. Thus, a particular need may cause behavior in different ways in different needs. There is another problem in applying the theory into practice. A person tries for his higher level need when his lower order need is reasonably satisfied. What is this reasonable level is a question of subjective matter. Thus, the level of satisfaction for a particular need may differ from person to person. Theory X and Theory Y. Douglas MacGregor has proposed two models, that is Theory X and Theory Y. Under Theory X, managers believe that employees inherently dislike work and must therefore be directed or even coerced into performing it. In this type of theory, workers generally shirk work and do not like to work. They avoid responsibility and need to be directed. While under Theory Y, managers assume that employees can view work as being as natural as rest or play, and therefore the average person can learn to accept and even seek responsibility. Good motivation makes workers readily accept responsibility and self-direction. Comparison between Theory X and Theory Y. According to Theory X, workers inherently dislike work. According to Theory Y, work is natural like rest or play. Under Theory X, workers are unambitious and prefer to be directed by others, while under Theory Y, ambitious are the employees and are capable of directing their own behavior. Under Theory X, it is believed that workers like to avoid responsibility, while under Theory Y, workers accept and seek responsibility under proper conditions. Under Theory X, workers lack creativity and resist change. Under Theory Y, workers like creativity. Under Theory Y, it is believed that workers are creative. Under Theory X, there is more focus of workers on lower level needs, and under Theory Y, it is believed that both Lower level and higher order needs like social esteem and self-actualization are source of motivation for the workers. Under Theory X, external control and close supervision are required to achieve organizational objectives, while under Theory Y, it is believed that workers are self-directed and self-controlled. Under Theory X, centralization of authority and autocratic leadership styles are followed, while under Theory Y, decentralization and participation in decision-making style is followed. There is democratic leadership. Under Theory X, it is believed that employees lack self-motivation, while under Theory Y, it is believed that employees are self-motivated. Hesburgh's two-factor theory. Frederick Hesburgh proposed a two-factor theory, or the motivator hygiene theory, in 1959. According to Hesburgh, there are some job factors that result in satisfaction, while there are other job factors that prevent dissatisfaction. According to Hesburgh, the opposite of satisfaction is no satisfaction, and opposite of dissatisfaction is no dissatisfaction. Hesburgh classified these job factors into two categories: hygiene factors and motivational factors. Under hygiene factors, Hesburgh used the term hygiene to describe factors which are related to the conditions under which job is performed, such as compensation, job security, organizational politics, working conditions, quality of leadership, and relationship between supervisors, subordinates, and peers. These factors are extrinsic to work. Hygiene factors are also called as dissatisfiers or maintenance factors, as they are required to avoid dissatisfaction. Since any increase in these factors will not affect employees' level of satisfaction, so are of no use for motivating them. Motivational factors. According to Hesburgh, the hygiene factors cannot be regarded as motivators. The motivational factors yield positive satisfaction. These factors are inherent to work. These factors motivate the employees for a superior performance. These factors are called satisfiers. These are achievement, recognition, advancement, work itself, possibility of growth and responsibility. Most of these factors are related with job contents. An increase in these factors will satisfy the employees. However, any decrease will not affect their level of satisfaction. McClelland's theory of needs. This theory was developed by David McClelland and his associates. The theory focuses on three needs defined as follows. Need for achievement. It is the drive to excel, to achieve in relation to a set of standards, to strive to succeed. McClelland has identified four basic features of high achievers. These are always ready to take risks, provide immediate feedback, accomplish the task easily on time, preoccupied the task till its completion. Need for power. It is the need to manipulate others or the drive for superiority over others. People with high power need have a great concern for exercising influence and control. Need for affiliation. It is the need for open and sociable interpersonal relationships. In other words, it is a desire for relationship based on cooperation and mutual understanding. Such individuals are effective performers in a team. These people want to be liked by others. They prefer having friends rather than experts as work partners, and they avoid conflict whenever possible. Elderfer's ERG theory. Elderfer, an American psychologist, further expanded Maslow's hierarchy of needs by categorizing the hierarchy into the ERG theory. He categorized the needs into three categories: ERG, that is existence, relatedness, and growth needs. Existence needs consist of Maslow's first two level needs, that is psychological and safety needs. Relatedness needs consist of Maslow's third and fourth level needs, that is, social and external esteem needs. And the third one is the growth need, which consists of Maslow's fourth and fifth level needs, that is, internal esteem need, like feeling of being unique and self-actualization needs. As shown in the figure, Alderfer has recategorized Maslow's need hierarchy into existence, relatedness, and growth needs. He has broken the esteem needs into the internal and external esteem needs. According to Alderfer, the importance of three categories of needs may vary for each individual. Employees have multiple needs which must be satisfied simultaneously. In order to effectively motivate, managers should focus on all the needs rather than just one. ERG theory says that if higher level need remains unfulfilled, a person may regress towards lower level needs, which appear easier to satisfy. This is called as frustration regression principle. Next is the Room's expectancy theory. It was developed by Victor Room in 1964. This theory focused on three things: effort, performance, and outcomes. According to this theory, motivation method depends on individual to individual, and it is not a very simple task. In order to be motivated to act or perform their job, employees must perceive that their effort are likely to lead to good performance, and their performance will give the desired outcomes. And finally, they have to value the outcome they obtain when they perform. If all these linkages are clear, then the individual will be motivated. Next is the equity theory. This theory was developed by J. Stacy in 1969. According to this theory, the motivation level of individual depends on his perception of equity, fairness, and justice practiced by management. An employee compares himself with co-workers, and if he feels that he is treated with equity, he gets motivated and gets demotivated if he finds opposite. There are four referent comparison, that is, those people with whom individual compares himself. These are self-insight, an employee's experiences in a different position inside the employee's current organization. Second one is self-outside, an employee's experiences in a situation or position outside the employee's current organization. Third is the other side, another individual or group of individuals inside the employee's organization. And D, the other outside, another individual or group of individuals outside the employee's organization. There are two assumptions on which the theory works. First is individual make contribution for which they expect certain rewards. And B, the individual decide whether or not a particular exchange is satisfactory by comparing their inputs and outcomes with those of others and try to rectify an inequality. The various inputs and outputs which an individual gives are the various inputs are effort, time, education, experience, training, ideas, and ability. The outcomes are pay, promotion, recognition, security, personal development, benefit, friendship opportunity. Exchange relationship between a person's inputs or outcomes in relation to those of other persons may be of three types: overpaid inequity, underpaid inequity, and equity. In case of overpaid inequity, the person perceives that his outcomes are more as compared to his input in relation to others. This relationship can be expressed by the ratio of person's outcome to person's input is greater than the ratio of other person's outcome to other person's input. In this case, the person experiences guilt feeling. Underpaid equity. In this case, the person perceives that his outcomes are lower as compared to his inputs in relation to others. This relationship can be expressed as the ratio of person's outcome to person's input is less than the ratio of other person's outcome to other person's input. In such a relationship, the person experiences dissonance. Equity. In this case, the person perceives that his outcomes in relation to his inputs are equal to those of others. This relationship can be expressed as the ratio of person's outcome to person's input is equal to the ratio of other person's outcome to other person's input. In this case, person experiences satisfaction. The impact of inequity on the person is as follows. Perceived inequity creates tension in the person. The amount of tension is proportional to the magnitude of inequity. The tension created in the person will motivate him to reduce it. The strength of the motivation to reduce inequity is proportional to perceived inequity. So students, let us now summarize what we have learned in this module. Motivation is an important element in the management, without which the working of organization cannot be performed smoothly. Number of theories of motivation have been proposed over the years. Most popular theories of motivation have been discussed in this module that can help increase workplace productivity. These are Maslow's need hierarchy theory of motivation, Douglas-McGregor's theory X and theory Y, Hesberg's two-factor theory, McClelland's theory of needs, Elderfer's ERG theory, and the equity theory. Various theories regarding motivation have their own implications, but all of them have one common motive, that is to urge the employees for attaining their aim and goals. Thank you.